4 milks you absolutely must drink, and 4 you should never let near your fridge, especially if you're over 60. You've probably been told that milk is good for your bones, your heart, and your brain, but what if I told you that the very milk in your fridge right now could be silently doing the opposite, weakening your joints, inflaming your gut, and even accelerating memory loss? A groundbreaking new study revealed that the wrong kind of milk, yes, the one most seniors drink every morning, can increase your risk of fractures, brain fog, and inflammation by over 50%. And the worst part, most of these risks build up quietly, without any warning signs until it's too late. But there's hope, because there are 4 specific milks that do the exact opposite: restore bone density, protect your immune system, and even sharpen cognitive function. In this video, we're ranking them all from best to worst based on real science, so you can make the smartest switch starting today. Let's start with milk number 4, a must for your daily routine. It might not be the most popular, but it's one of the most trusted and restorative options for aging bones, joints, and gut health. Goat milk, the digestive healer for aging bodies. It may not be the most popular carton on store shelves, but goat milk could be one of the most overlooked game changers for seniors over 60. Unlike cow's milk, which many older adults have grown up drinking, goat milk offers a completely different nutritional and digestive profile, one that your aging body might welcome with open arms. The key difference lies in its protein structure. Goat milk contains mostly A2 casein, which is much easier for the body to digest compared to the A1 casein dominant in most cow milk. A1 casein has been linked to inflammation, bloating, and gastrointestinal discomfort, especially in older adults with increased sensitivity. Goat milk, by contrast, is gentler on the digestive tract, reducing common issues like acid reflux, gas, and post-meal heaviness. In fact, a study published in the British Journal of Nutrition tracked seniors who switched from cow's milk to goat milk for just 8 weeks. The results were stunning. Participants saw a 26% reduction in gut inflammation markers, better calcium absorption, and far fewer reports of indigestion, bloating, or abdominal discomfort. For seniors dealing with subtle but nagging digestive issues, this swap alone can dramatically improve daily comfort. But digestion isn't the only benefit. Goat milk is also richer in medium-chain fatty acids, which are easier to convert into energy, helping to support muscle preservation, metabolism, and daily strength, as the body naturally slows with age. It's also loaded with essential minerals like calcium, phosphorus, and zinc, all of which are vital for maintaining bone density, nerve function, and immune health. One underrated benefit: goat milk's high content of bioavailable selenium, a powerful antioxidant mineral that many older adults are deficient in. Selenium is essential for thyroid balance, immune response, and even emotional stability, making it a crucial tool in fighting off fatigue, sluggishness, or frequent infections. To get the full benefit, opt for pasteurized, full-fat goat milk with no added sugars or artificial flavors. Skip the ultra-pasteurized options, which are heated to extreme temperatures and may damage some of the beneficial enzymes. If you like warm milk before bed, heat it gently and consider pairing it with cinnamon or turmeric for a natural anti-inflammatory boost. You can also use goat milk in smoothies, over low-glycemic cereals like buckwheat or millet, or as a base for protein-rich oatmeal. In short, it's not just a milk, it's a senior-friendly nutritional powerhouse that supports digestion, strengthens bones, and keeps your body running smoother long after 6th. Unsweetened calcium-fortified almond milk, the inflammation fighter. Almond milk may seem like a trendy plant-based alternative, but for seniors looking to protect their joints, stabilize their blood sugar, and reduce hidden inflammation, unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk is a quiet hero. Unlike traditional dairy, This milk substitute skips the inflammatory proteins and heavy saturated fats, two major culprits behind joint stiffness, bloating, and fatigue in aging bodies. But don't grab just any almond milk off the shelf. Unsweetened and calcium fortified are non-negotiable. Why? Because most commercial almond milks are filled with added sugars, gums, and thickeners, ingredients that can sabotage your metabolism and gut health without you even realizing it. Many contain less than 2% almonds, which means they provide almost none of the nutrient benefits of real almonds unless they're properly fortified. The right almond milk, however, can be a metabolic ally. A 2021 study published in Nutrition and Clinical Practice found that seniors who replaced traditional cow milk with calcium-fortified almond milk experienced a 32% reduction in joint stiffness and significantly improved blood sugar regulation over 10 weeks. This is largely due to its low carbohydrate content, absence of lactose, and complete lack of casein, making it a safe option for those with dairy sensitivities or insulin resistance. But the benefits go beyond joints and glucose. Fortified almond milk also delivers calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium, a trio that works synergistically to keep bones strong, muscles firing, and nerves stable. For seniors who suffer from tremors, cramps, or balance issues, this trio can provide real relief and resilience. And let's not forget, vitamin E. Almond milk is naturally high in this fat-soluble antioxidant, which plays a critical role in protecting aging tissues from oxidative stress. According to a study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, seniors with higher vitamin E intake had slower rates of cognitive decline, better memory retention, and improved mood regulation. Since almond milk is often consumed cold or in smoothies, this nutrient remains intact and active with every glass. To maximize the benefits, always choose unsweetened varieties with at least 25% daily value of calcium and vitamin D per serving. Bonus points if it also includes magnesium and added vitamin E. Try it in smoothies with anti-inflammatory berries, over high-fiber cereals like steel-cut oats, or as a base for chia pudding. This isn't just a milk alternative. It's a functional food for seniors who want to stay sharp, mobile, and pain-free without stressing their digestive systems. Kefir, the fermented milk that rebuilds your gut, muscles, and bones. Kefir isn't just milk, it's living nutrition. Made by fermenting milk with live probiotic cultures, kefir is a potent, age-defying drink that can radically improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and strengthen the very systems that weaken most after 60, your gut, muscles, bones, and even your brain. Unlike yogurt, which typically contains just a few strains of beneficial bacteria, kefir can contain up to 30 or more probiotic strains, along with beneficial yeasts and active enzymes. This diversity matters. A 2020 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that seniors who consumed kefir daily for 12 weeks experienced a 33% improvement in gut microbiome diversity, a 25% increase in vitamin D absorption, and measurable improvements in balance and walking stability. These results aren't just impressive, they're critical. As we age, our gut lining thins, our stomach acid weakens, and our body absorbs nutrients less efficiently. Kefir helps reverse that. The live probiotics in kefir restore healthy bacteria, calm digestive inflammation, and help break down nutrients so your body can use them more effectively. This means more calcium to your bones, more magnesium to your muscles, and more vitamin D to your immune system. But it doesn't stop at digestion. Kefir is naturally rich in vitamin K2, one of the most important but overlooked nutrients for senior health. K2 directs calcium to your bones where it belongs and away from your arteries where it can cause harm. In a clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, postmenopausal women who consumed kefir regularly had a 45% slower rate of spinal bone loss and significantly improved femur strength over 6 months. These benefits directly impact your risk of fractures, falls, and long-term mobility loss. Kefir also contains highly bioavailable calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, all essential for muscle coordination, nerve function, and bone integrity. And because it's fermented, the lactose and casein proteins are partially broken down, making kefir far easier to digest than regular milk, even for those with mild lactose intolerance. To get the most from kefir, choose unsweetened varieties made from whole milk with live active cultures listed on the label. Drink a small glass with meals to enhance nutrient absorption, or blend it into smoothies with fiber-rich fruits like kiwi, blackberries, or papaya to feed your gut flora. Kefir isn't a trend, it's a gut-rebuilding, bone-stabilizing, inflammation-fighting super drink that's been used for centuries. And for seniors, it's one of the smartest ways to stay mobile, regular, and resilient. A2 whole milk, the safe dairy that builds bones without the inflammation. A2 whole milk may look exactly like the traditional cow's milk you've poured into your cereal for decades, but don't let appearances fool you. Underneath the surface, A2 milk is molecularly different, and that subtle difference could be the key to reducing inflammation, easing digestion, and protecting your brain, joints, and bones as you age. Here's the science. Most conventional cow milk in the U.S. comes from cows that produce a protein called a 1-beta-casein. Numerous studies have linked this protein to digestive discomfort, joint pain, autoimmune flare-ups, and even cognitive decline in aging adults. A2 milk, on the other hand, contains only a 2-beta-casein, a protein much closer to what human milk contains and significantly easier for the body to digest without triggering inflammation. This isn't just theory. A randomized controlled study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who replaced standard A1 milk with A2 milk experienced a 64% reduction in digestive symptoms, improved cognitive clarity, better joint mobility, and enhanced calcium absorption in just 8 weeks. These aren't fringe benefits. They're real, measurable changes to how seniors move, think, and feel day to day. A2 milk is especially valuable for seniors dealing with gut sensitivity, arthritis, leaky gut syndrome, or brain fog. Because your gut lining thins after 60 and your ability to digest complex proteins weakens, consuming A1 protein can quietly trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body, damaging joints, irritating the gut, and even dulling memory over time. A2 milk avoids that cascade entirely. Beyond its anti-inflammatory edge, A2 milk still delivers the full nutritional spectrum of high-quality dairy, rich in calcium, vitamin D, B12, healthy fats, iodine, and complete protein. This makes it ideal for maintaining bone strength, supporting muscle mass, and aiding in neurotransmitter function. But what really enhances A2 milk's effect is when you choose full-fat varieties from grass-fed cows. The healthy fats improve the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin K2 and vitamin D, both essential for calcium regulation and bone mineralization. To get the most out of A2 milk, drink it with meals or use it in cooking. Try pouring it over steel-cut oats or high-fiber cereals, or blend it with low-glycemic fruits like berries or pears for a balanced smoothie. Avoid flavored or ultra-pasteurized versions, which may be stripped of nutrients or loaded with hidden sugars and preservatives. For seniors who want to keep their bones strong, joints limber, and memory sharp without the digestive drama, A2 whole milk isn't a compromise. It's a strategic upgrade. Every glass delivers full dairy nutrition without the hidden risks of standard milk, making it the safest and most complete milk choice after 6. Now that you've seen the 4 best milks to nourish your bones, muscles, and brain, let's talk about the ones silently working against you. Because while some milks heal, others harm. And up next are the 4 worst milks seniors should never touch, ranked from least harmful to most dangerous based on real scientific evidence and senior-specific health risks. Sit. Sweetened almond milk, the blood sugar trap in disguise. Almond milk often wears a health halo, especially in senior kitchens, aiming to cut down on dairy. But not all almond milk is created equal, and one specific type could be silently sabotaging your metabolism, brain, and joints. We're talking about sweetened almond milk, a common variety that hides more harm than most seniors realize. It may look light, taste mild, and say plant-based on the label, but sweetened almond milk is often packed with added sugars, synthetic flavorings, and artificial thickeners, turning what could be a healthy alternative into a metabolic landmine. In fact, many popular brands contain more sugar than a cookie, all under the guise of being dairy-free and heart-healthy. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Aging found that older adults who regularly consumed sweetened plant-based milks, including almond, had a 39% higher risk of insulin resistance, along with increased belly fat, slower cognitive processing, and more frequent energy crashes throughout the day. And since insulin sensitivity drops sharply after 60, sweetened beverages can wreak far more havoc on seniors than younger adults. Worse still, these sweetened versions often contain less than 2% actual almonds. The rest, filtered water, added sugar, emulsifiers, and gums like gelatin or carrageenan, ingredients that offer no benefit to bones, muscles, or brain health. If you're drinking it for the supposed benefits of almonds, you're not getting them. Instead, you're getting empty calories, blood sugar spikes, and gut irritants that can trigger bloating and inflammation. For seniors already dealing with prediabetes, joint stiffness, brain fog, or weight gain, sweetened almond milk can quietly worsen all of these conditions. The added sugar contributes to chronic inflammation, which speeds up cartilage breakdown, disrupts hormone balance, and drains your energy reserves. Here's how to spot the danger. If cane sugar, fructose, or agave are listed among the first 3 ingredients, or if it says vanilla, chocolate, or sweetened on the front, put it back on the shelf. These versions are often flavored to appeal to younger tastes but are a metabolic risk for older adults. Instead, always choose unsweetened almond milk, fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Look for 0 added sugar and no artificial thickeners on the label. That's the version that can support your health, not quietly unravel it. Sweetened almond milk may seem innocent, but for aging bodies, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't be fooled by the label. The wrong milk can undo all the right things you're doing for your health. SAN. Unfortified oat milk, the bone-sapping carb bomb. At first glance, oat milk sounds like a perfect fit for seniors. It's creamy, plant-based, often labeled as heart-healthy, and free from dairy allergens. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Unless it's fortified, oat milk may be doing far more harm than good, especially when it comes to bone health, muscle preservation, and blood sugar stability. The problem with unfortified oat milk is twofold. It's often stripped of essential nutrients and loaded with hidden sugars and carbs that are especially risky for adults over 60. While oats themselves are nutritious, the milk version is usually made by blending oats with water, straining the fiber out, and leaving behind a starchy, carb-heavy liquid. Unless the manufacturer adds calcium, vitamin D, and other key nutrients back in, you're left drinking what is essentially empty calories, with very little to offer your bones or muscles. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in Aging found that seniors who consumed unfortified oat milk regularly experienced a 31% higher rate of bone density loss, greater fatigue, and more reports of joint pain and unintentional weight loss compared to those who drank fortified alternatives. These outcomes are deeply concerning, considering how common osteoporosis and muscle wasting are in older adults. There's another hidden danger. Phytic acid, a naturally occurring compound found in oats, can bind to calcium, magnesium, and zinc in the digestive tract and block their absorption. If the oat milk hasn't been fortified to compensate, this effect can rob your body of the very minerals it needs to maintain skeletal strength, nerve function, and immune resilience. And if that wasn't enough, many commercial oat milks contain added oils, emulsifiers, and stabilizers to create their thick, creamy texture. These additives, like canola oil or carrageenan, can irritate the gut lining, disrupt healthy digestion, and trigger bloating, gas, and discomfort, especially in seniors with reflux, IBS, or slow gastric emptying. The result? A drink that feels comforting but actually promotes digestive stress, muscle loss, and bone weakening, the very conditions most seniors are trying to avoid. If you do enjoy oat milk, make sure the label clearly states it is fortified with at least 25–30% of the daily value of calcium and vitamin D, and that it's unsweetened. Avoid brands that use industrial oils or list sugar as one of the first ingredients. Unfortified oat milk may sound wholesome, but without proper nutrient support, it's little more than a carb bomb in disguise, stealing strength when you need it most. Flavored lactose-free milk, the sweetened trap behind a digestive-friendly label. For seniors who struggle with gas, bloating, or mild lactose intolerance, lactose-free milk might seem like a smart solution. After all, it promises all the benefits of dairy without the digestive discomfort. But when it comes to the flavored varieties like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, the promise quickly turns into a problem. What many don't realize is that flavored lactose-free milk is often loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and synthetic additives, making it one of the most misleading products in the dairy aisle. While it may be easier to digest in theory, in practice, it becomes a metabolic and inflammatory bomb for aging bodies. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Gerontological Nutrition found that seniors who regularly consumed flavored lactose-free milk had a 41% higher fasting insulin level, increased belly fat, and more frequent energy crashes over just 6 months. The culprit? Hidden sugars and emulsifiers that quietly disrupt hormone balance and spike inflammation, two major accelerators of aging. Even worse, many flavored lactose-free milks contain artificial sweeteners like sucralose and thickening agents like carrageenan or gums, which can alter gut bacteria, trigger joint pain, and worsen symptoms of autoimmune conditions. These ingredients can also interfere with thyroid function, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and cognitive slowing issues already prevalent among seniors. The creamy mouthfeel that makes these milks so appealing, often achieved with hydrogenated oils or low-grade emulsifiers, which have been shown to increase cellular inflammation and interfere with fat metabolism. And that delicious vanilla or chocolate flavor, usually delivered via synthetic flavorings and refined sugars offering nothing of nutritional value, but plenty of risk for type 2 diabetes, arthritis flares, and brain fog. For seniors already battling declining muscle mass, sensitive digestion, or rising blood sugar, this friendly milk becomes a daily danger in disguise. And unlike a candy bar, this milk is often consumed every day, making its negative impact cumulative and more damaging over time. Here's the rule. If it's flavored, it's likely not helping. Always check the label. If sugar or sweetener is one of the first 3 ingredients, or if there's added flavoring, it's time to choose something else. Instead, opt for unsweetened, unflavored lactose-free milk if you truly need a dairy-free option. Some brands offer lactose-free versions that still provide calcium, protein, and vitamin D without the sugar overload. Flavored lactose-free milk wears the costume of a health food, but underneath, it's silently fueling the very problems seniors are trying to avoid. If you're over 60, it's a carton best left behind. Ultra-pasteurized conventional cow milk, a one type, the most dangerous milk in your fridge. It's the milk most people grew up drinking. It's familiar, it's affordable, and it's still sitting in millions of refrigerators across the country. But for seniors over 60, ultra-pasteurized conventional cow milk, especially the kind from cows that produce a 1-beta casein, could be quietly doing more harm than good. The problem begins with the A1 protein, the dominant casein found in most commercial cow milk in the U.S. Unlike the easier-to-digest A2 protein we covered earlier, A1 has been linked to a wide range of health issues, especially for older adults. A 2020 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that seniors who consumed A1 milk daily had 32% higher levels of pro-inflammatory markers, slower reaction times, reduced bone mineral density, and more complaints of joint stiffness. But the risks don't stop with the protein. Ultra-pasteurization, the process of heating milk to 280 degrees Fahrenheit for shelf stability, destroys beneficial enzymes and denatures proteins, making the milk harder to digest and far less nutritious. For seniors, whose stomach acid and enzyme levels naturally decline with age, this means even more bloating, poor nutrient absorption, and digestive slowdown. What's worse, many of these milks come from cows treated with growth hormones, antibiotics, and fed GMO grains. Over time, the chemical residues from these practices can accumulate in the body and disrupt hormone function, impair immune regulation, and interfere with calcium transport, 3 systems that are already more fragile in aging bodies. A large European observational study added more evidence. It found that older adults who consumed high quantities of conventional cow milk had increased fracture rates, higher oxidative stress, and shorter telomere length, a biological marker of accelerated aging. The researchers concluded that any potential bone benefits were outweighed by the long-term health risks, especially when milk was ultra-pasteurized and produced from A1-type cows. There's also a gut-brain connection to consider. The inflammation triggered by A1 milk can affect neurotransmitter balance, contributing to symptoms like brain fog, memory decline, and mood instability. For seniors already noticing cognitive changes, continuing to drink this kind of milk is like throwing gasoline on the fire. So how do you spot this milk on the shelf? If the label says ultra-pasteurized, comes from standard dairy cows, and doesn't specify A2, you're likely dealing with A1 milk. And if it's sold in bulk, stored unrefrigerated, or lasts for months without spoiling, that's another red flag. It may be shelf-stable, but it's not health-stable. The solution: transition to A2 milk, goat milk, or fortified non-dairy alternatives that nourish without the inflammation. Ultra-pasteurized A1 milk may be the most normal milk, but for seniors, it's also the most dangerous. Every glass may be quietly chipping away at your strength, your cognition, and your long-term vitality. If you're over 60, milk is no longer a simple beverage, it's a daily health decision. The wrong milk can silently erode your bones, stiffen your joints, spike your blood sugar, and dull your memory, often without warning. Meanwhile, the right milk can nourish your gut, strengthen your muscles, reduce inflammation, and help you stay independent for years to come. We've now revealed the 4 best milks every senior should be drinking, each one backed by science to protect your bones, brain, and mobility. And we've exposed the 4 worst milks that pretend to be healthy but quietly chip away at your well-being. So, now it's your turn. What kind of milk is sitting in your fridge right now? Are you ready to make the switch that could protect your health for the next 10 years? Let us know in the comments. You never know who your story might help. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more science-backed tips for staying strong, sharp, and mobile after 60. And most importantly, share this with someone you care about before another glass of the wrong milk slowly steals their strength. Thank you for watching, and take care of your body one glass at a time.